control and take the child to the teacher's line. So that is the the technique of a good teacher. Now what will happen? My question is, say one plant is not growing. One plant is not growing. Can the teacher, now teacher comes to the class and see there are plants, growing well. Some plants are growing really well. Some plants growth rate is all right. But there is one plant that is not growing at all. The teacher teaching well, giving fertilizer, giving water, soil condition is good, everything is done. But that particular one plant is not growing well. So what the teacher is doing, teacher is going to the plant, hold the plant on top and pulling up. What the teacher does? Pulling the plant up. Why? Because the teacher wants to see that the plant is growing. To make it grow, the teacher holds the top of the plant and pulling up, what will happen? The plant will die. Isn't it? Plant will die or not, people? Answer me. Plant will die or not? Answer me. Hello, XYZ. One second. So plant will die. So everyone knows about it. Huh? Plant will die. But tell me, people, honestly, that particular teacher's intention is to kill the plant or to help the plant to grow. To kill the plant or help the plant to grow.
Help the plant.
But actually, what the teacher does? Killed. But what she's supposed to do? What her intention was?
She has to help to grow well.
Yeah. Her intention was to help, but actually what she did? She killed. My dearest people in life, we are like that particular teacher. We try to help many people, but actually we are killing. You take home. There must be some elder people at home. Huh? They think they are advising the youngest. And by advising, they are killing everyone's feeling. You don't know anything. I know that you don't know anything. I know you are a fool. You are a stupid. You are an idiot. I told you from the beginning, you don't know anything. By telling this, you are killing your son, your brother, any youngest that is staying with you at house. Using these sort of words. If you take a couple, if you take a family, the entire world says husband is good, but not the wife. Wife says, see, starting the conversation with the negative thoughts. Now, when the negative thought comes, the intention of the wife is, he's my man. Why should I praise him? Because everyone is praising. I have to look after. I have to see, the false side, the minus part. So I have to discuss about the negativity. So then my husband or my son or whoever belongs to me, my family, they will correct themselves, because there are so many people to tell about the good things, but there is no one to talk about the bad things. So I am a truly caretaker. So therefore, I'm talking the bad side. I'm talking the negativity. These are the justification. So as psychological students, I'm telling to you all, be a psychologist when you are a teacher. If you don't know psychology, don't hold the position of teacher. I am telling, don't go for marriage also. Don't marry also. At least somebody will be in peace. Okay. Don't go for the marriage also. When you are a teacher, actually, you have to your main duty is to make sure the surrounding environments are good. And understand, please, you are not responsible for the growth of the plant. You are not responsible for the growth of the plant. You can't pull the tree. Tree has its own time to develop. All you have to do is you have to understand the growth, you have to understand the plant. That's all. If you know this plant is growing, if you know this plant is not growing, then you have to adapt, you have to make your plan, your actions according to that. That is the reason I always say the most dangerous, critical, risky job is being a primary teacher or preschool teacher. That is the hardest part, because you are dealing with fresh souls. Kids, they are like blank papers. You can draw anything. So, my dear students, I'm telling you, as a teacher, the teacher cannot responsible for the plant to grow, but the teacher can understand. So Frobel said, if you are running a kindergarten, if you are the teacher, you cannot make them to success. You cannot make them to read. You cannot make them to write. You cannot make them to learn the things. You cannot make them to, develop their stimuli, internal force. You cannot push them. What you can do, you can make sure they get all the conditions to grow. You are teaching maths just to make sure the condition is there, that you are talking about maths. So the kid will get the stimulation and they learn the maths. You can do the teaching part and you can't do the learning part. Learning part is something has to happen as a response for your teaching from the kid side. That's not you, that's from the teacher. Sorry, that's from the kid. Clear, everyone? My explanations are clear?
Yes.
Went to deep part of your head, very, very deep part. Understand the concept, people? Understanding concept is very, very important here. Right now, the problem is, before I teach the development of senses, let me like to talk about something that is happening at these modern nursery schools. Now, if you say modern nursery schools, there are KG classes. According to the ages, people put that, people like divide that as upper kindergarten, lower kindergarten, LKG, UKG. But Frobel never invented LKG, UKG. He invented only KG, only kindergarten. It's like we only, like put this and that. And Frobel said, Frobel never encouraged us to teach letters and numbers. That is another beautiful point. He never encouraged us to like to teach the numbers and letters. In other words, if you are truly running a KG, a Frobel concept class, you should not teach writing. You should not teach numbers, but you will teach songs. You will teach reading. Means not reading by watching, reading by, saying. Talking about objects, telling the object's name, singing songs, activities, sense development. These are the things that the kindergarten Frobel spoke about. Listen. And he was talking about development of senses, which I touched now. And he said education through play activities. You can use a lot of play activities through music, and you can see a lot of children's song happens in kindergarten. And actions, a lot of dances, movements happens because the kids understand the movements, kids understand the music, and kids understand the art. They love to do that. And movements, exercise also coming. Some, some enjoyable runnings, climbings in controlled conditions, controlled environment. These are the things where in kindergarten it has to happen. The mostly in psychology, there is a section called social psychology. In the social psychology, we speak about the society. People think nowadays, if you are fail in A levels or if you are fail in O levels, but you have studied English medium. You understand what I'm trying to say? If you are a girl who failed A levels and O levels, but you speak some good English, the easy job is you put a small nursery school at your home. There are some 5 people are coming, you ask them to give a uniform, nursery song, blah, blah, blah. In foreign countries, if you want to run a nursery school, you should be a PhD holder. You should have so much of experience. You should be the most experienced person. Being a teacher is very, very hard in most of the European countries. It's not an easy job. It's very, very hard. You must have a proper qualification. You have to complete the proper training. You have to have a psychological qualification. You can't be a teacher just. But in Sri Lanka, if you have money and if you know a bit English, you can be like, a nursery teacher. Point is, in kindergarten, it must be filled with musics, dances, exercises, and drawing arts with colors. When you do, the hearing, the ears will develop, the brain will develop, stimulation points in nervous system, the brain that will be developed, and actions, the muscles, the hands and legs, muscles will develop. Coordination between eyes, ears, hands, legs will develop. Plus, will get like more close with another child. So social responsibility, social respect, social love, understanding will develop. At home, the child is fighting, asking something from the mother, from the father, from the sibling. But at a school, at a nursery, now he knows that he cannot fight. That is a controlled situation. That is a controlled environment. So he doesn't fight. He doesn't fight. Instead, he tries, he studied, sometimes, there will be games and he's losing. So he learns to lose. He learns to lose. He learns to face pains. He learns to control management of pains, disappointments, frustrations, feelings, controlling feelings. All these 5 years or 4 years, the child looked at the mother's face. Mother never scolded. Father never scolded. They are like, Chels overloaded. Chels mean chellams. Chellams overloaded. Chellams overloaded at home, and this, XYZ chellam is coming to the nursery. And then the teacher says, say, for example, the child name is Umar. Teacher says, now at home, mother says, Umar, come here, darling. Father says, Umar chellam. What happens here in the nursery? Teacher calls, Umar, come here. So Umar goes home with the tearful eyes. Mother got upset. Puta, what happened? No, teacher said, teacher was very rude with me. Teacher, called Umar with this loud voice. Now, mother is like, next day, the mother was wearing the uniform, dressing and going to meet the head teacher. See, now, according to psychology, mother is teaching psychology to the teacher. Happens, no, these days? Happening or not? Any experienced teacher here can share any of your experience with us? If you have faced any similar incidents at your school or tuition centers, that you try to correct your child, but or else you have faced these sort of similar incidents. No one faced. The next thing is people learning to lose is another subject that the child will learn in kindergarten. And management of feelings in a winning situation is also like another learning. The timetable, controlled, managing self. These are the things that you have to teach at a kindergarten, not letters, not arts. I mean, arts, yes, not letters, not numbers. Numbers, of course, you can keep the play things and you can count, but it's not, I'm talking not teaching them to write. Actually talking in kindergarten, the children should not hold pens, no need at all. There are exceptional cases. If you see, okay, these children are like, these really good, but then you can try, but it's not necessary. But then you can ask a question, then why, if this is not the from the Frobel, then why in the modern nurseries are I doing this? It's because of the parents' expectation. Otherwise, the parent will not keep the child at your school. The parent will take the child and put another nursery there. I'll move to the next. Right. So the Montessori introduced by Maria Montessori. See now, that's all. See the notes. Maria Montessori said, each and every child is having a natural desire. Each and every child is having a natural desire. Natural desire of what? Natural desire of learning. Each and every child is having natural desire. You don't want to force. You don't want to put artificial. You don't want to give biscuits and chocolates to go to school and to learn. Natural desire is there, Montessori says. And every child is having own talents. That is also Montessori says. Montessori invented, she found. Natural desires you have. Each and every child is having own talents. That is also she understood. My question is, if you have natural desire, do you want to force to learn? No. So she said, no force in learning. And if the child is having talents, will the child develop his or her talents himself? The answer is yes. But the thing is, the problem is there is some limited time for that. So you have to give the time for that. You have to give the timing. So that time you have to give, that time the child will take. So again, Montessori is bit copying what Frobel said. In what Frobel said, you have to give the condition, then the child will develop. So Montessori also telling in a similar way. She says, okay, each and every child is having natural desires. That is which Frobel did not say in kindergarten. Frobel didn't say that, but Montessori says natural desires there and all talents are there. And you shouldn't force in learning because each and every plant is having its own time to develop. Okay, so you can see it's almost similar. Actually, the Frobel only lived before, and then he only told the things before. Then after that, only Montessori came in. But then Montessori did some wonderful things. She introduced so many apparatus, so many tools for learning, which Frobel did not. She introduced so many practical things. And she practically showed how the learning environment should be. Practically, she showed how the learning environment should be. And she focused more about sensorial development. How can you, increase eyesight and the hearing skill and your coordination of muscles, your sensors. And she was talking about muscular development. An exercise is a part of Montessori, actually. An exercise is a part of Montessori. She was talking about muscular development, which Frobel did not speak very particularly. So if you ask me, Montessori said same what Frobel said plus extra. She explained it scientifically. She was more to the points. She said, you don't want to force learning, do this, do this, do this. They will. She gave a system how to develop a child practically. That is the reason, she became famous. The Frobel said in conceptually, but Montessori mostly, showed us by doing practicals with apparatus, how to do those stuff. If you want to teach maths, mathematical, there is a system of Montessori. If you want to teach like any other, there is a system of Montessori. Okay, you can see both these Montessori and Frobel. The tool that they use to teach is called play way. Play way, P-L-A-Y, play way. We are going to study about it. Means anything you can make as a game, as a play, and you can teach that. That is a simple theory. Anything you can make as a game, as a play, and you can put to the children. Okay, children can make some songs, children can enjoy some lessons. For example, if you are teaching history, I saw like, one teacher in India, she was teaching history about these provinces. So, India is a huge country. There are so much of provinces. What she does, she actually she got somebody's help to draw the huge Indian pitch on the floor. And she asked each student to come. And she said, now you go to Tamil Nadu. So the child went to Tamil Nadu. And from Tamil Nadu, you go to Delhi. Now child has to walk to Delhi now. So when she is walking, she knows she's passing this stage, she's passing that stage, she's passing this stage. So that she never forgets history. That is a history teacher. Sometimes you keep competition. You divide the class into two. Okay, this group is A group, that group is B group. So now your subject is say science. You're going to ask some questions from science from both the groupers, and you are giving some points. Sometimes you ask them to make a story about a particular science stuff. Let's wait for Azan.
Excuse me, sir. Azan, we'll pause for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So we can start.
It's Azan telling you. Right. So you have to understand very, very carefully, people. So now that history teacher was teaching the history in that way. So similarly, you can teach the science and you can teach everything in the using this play way, which I'm going to explain next. So please understand, Froebel was talking about the concept of garden. And where she was not very sure, the Froebel was not very sure how that could be, practically, but Montessori beautifully explained the practical step of Froebel. And plus, she introduced some of the very, very practical stages and steps. There is a reason, like you are having AMI methods and also. This is just to give an introduction about Montessori, but Montessori is a huge course where like you have to study sometime full time 1 year. You have to learn all these steps, all the practicals, you have to use all the apparatus. That's a huge course actually. So if you are really properly trained in Montessori, you can be a very good nursery teacher. Without properly trained, my advice is should not handle kids, should not handle especially nursery. The other way is most of the people, what they do, they work as an assistant for a senior teacher, a period of 2 years and 3 years. Then they become, then they become a bit experienced nursery teacher. But still, the teacher, the experienced teacher, I mean, the person who did not do any course, did not know any qualification, but get this talent because of the experience, because of with being someone is like, example is, there is a nurse assisting to doctor for how long? 10 years. 10 years, the nurse is assisting to the doctor, helping the doctor. Now, nurse knows all the tablets, all the tools. The nurse knows everything. When a patient comes for fever, nurse knows what to be given. When they say, they have stomach pain, the nurse knows what are the tablets and methods and everything nurse knows. My question is, one day, doctor got absent. My question is, can the nurse do the doctor's duty? Because she is there with the doctor for last 5 years or 10 years, and she knows all the medicines by names. But still, can she work as a doctor on that particular day?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Asmila says can't. Somebody says can't. How many can't? How many yes? Actually, I just want to see any yes here. Any yes? So nurse cannot be work as a doctor. Huh? Then how can an assistant teacher will be the main teacher or owner of a nursery school in most of the Colombo places? I'll give a small task. Go to Colombo 15, Colombo 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8. Mostly not in Colombo 1, 2 anyway commercial places. This 3, 4, 5, 6 mostly no. Even 7 I don't think, but from 8 upwards, 8 to 15, what do? You just like go around. You will see a lot of Montessori classes, Montessori schools, nursery schools. Go and have a chat with the main teacher, ask what is the qualification, and chat with the assistant. There must be like O-level fail people, no? Or sometime A-level fail, or sometime O-level and A-level there, but no jobs, so they are like assisting. Sometimes people are there. Have a chat with them. Less than 10% of the people are qualified. Less than 10%. 90% of the people have no qualification. They have only experience. So they are not doctors. They are fake doctors. Therefore, you will not solve the disease. Instead, you make the problem worse. Only doctors can cure the patient. But now here, the nurse, by giving the medicine by herself, what will happen? She will never cure the disease. Instead, she makes the wound worse, situation worse. Problem understood, everyone? This is a cancer. With this
Excuse me, sir.
mentality, yep.
So this is the situation of Sri Lanka. Like it's not 1 or 2. So this is how the nurseries are. So like even in my place, I can see there are so many nurseries with very low qualifications. Like the teacher is having a very low qualification. Is there something we could do for that? Because like we can't go and teach them. So like, what is the solution for this?
What I'll do, everybody is hearing me?
Yes, sir.
I will last election one day, you guys vote for me. Then I become the education minister. I'll change the entire education system of Sri Lanka. Okay. So
Sure,
let's
sir.
wait. Let's wait till I ask the, till the next election. So I'll ask for parliament. I'll give my number also. Akila will help me, hopefully. So vote for me. Then I'll become the education minister. Those are the, let's change the system.
So you have 23 votes, no, 22 votes.
You know what? My wife says she will never vote if I get into politics. So therefore, I am sure I will not get into this. In other words, I will never be the education minister. In other words, we will never get a solution for this never-ending problem. This is, we never get solution for this problem. You understand what I'm trying to say? We don't get the solution for this, because that's how Sri Lanka. That's how, because the politicians have made the situation worse, and we can't understand, we can't do anything. So anyway, what we can do is, at least we can do one thing. We as parents can do one thing. You have to question, I mean, before you enroll the child to an international school, to a nursery school, what you have to do is, you have to go and ask, okay, ma'am, sorry for asking this, don't misunderstand me, and what is your qualification actually, and who is the head teacher? What is the qualification of a head teacher? So then, no, head teacher has, taught like 15 years, 20 years at this particular international school. Experience is not qualification. Then you say, sorry, it's about experience. I'm not talking about experience. I'm talking about qualification. If you don't have a qualification, sorry, I don't like to give my child to your hand. Do this. If all the parents are doing, then we can change. Very sadly, I am saying, because I also was one of the principal of an international school, and I tried my best to change. But as I said, I couldn't change, though I was a principal, because the owner is like just a grade 8 pass man. The owner was grade 8 pass man. So my huge problem was the owner of that particular school, and I couldn't change him. Therefore, I couldn't change the entire education system also. Therefore, what we can do is, we can look after our children. I am telling, if you don't find a proper nursery school in your area, you as a mother turn as a nursery teacher, finish, job done. If all the mothers turn as a nursery teacher, at least you teach the manners, you teach the stuff with love. That love is there, motherhood is there. Sometimes the teachers coming and saying, see, now I'm like your mother. Like mother, no, not the mother, no. Mother is mother. You cannot compare anyone with the mother, even a teacher. I don't say teachers are mothers. That is a huge lie. If a teacher says, I'm like your mother, I'm like your father, these are like emotional lying. That is we call. As a psychologist, I never blame this sort of statement. I'll tell you one thing. When somebody comes and say, see, I never tell lies in my life. If they say, please understand, they tell lies in the life. Means appadithan. That is another signal of communication. So when it comes to nursery schools, please be very, very careful. There are so much of, nursery days. Nowadays, we are like, I hate, but I don't know how to correct this, as you all ask. We cannot correct this also, because in Sri Lanka, there is no particular system. Honestly speaking, I have given some written proposals to education department for so many times, and each and every time nothing happened. Even I have given that to other big organizations in Sri Lanka. Nothing happened. And everybody wants at the end of the day, they want to come to the power. So nothing will happen. You as a parent have to, but these things, I don't know how many Montessori teachers know these sort of theories also. Only there are 2 nursery trainers in Sri Lanka, in Colombo. I think they are giving some good qualification, some government level. Otherwise, there are so many private schools, private places. Now here, even in your case, see, now I am teaching you education management, this is a psychological course. Now you are learning the things, and you are following another psychology courses also. So at least you must have this sort of qualification. before you handle the children. You can be a tuition teacher also, but you must have some sort of qualification. So I know what is the qualification to be a Montessori teacher. Qualification is at least a year full-time study. A year, 1 year, 12 months full-time study of theories, practicals, case studies, problems, solutions. So 1 year full-time mean I am not telling you to go to a class 1 year full-time. I am telling you to engage yourself. For example, if you are at home all 7 days and per day, at least 5 to 6 hours, you can follow a book, you can read a book, and you can see the YouTube. You can do a lot of research. You can take some case studies. And let me to share one of my good experience. And there is a training session for a group of principals from Maldives. They have around, I think, 15 principals came to Sri Lanka for a training session. Then I was invited to do a training, and I was said, Mr. Faizeen, only 60 minutes we have to you. The principals told me, only 60 minutes. And this 60 minutes, this 1 hour, must be the best 1 hour in your life, because we are all principals, we are all PhD holders. So we don't know what you are going to teach us, but you know, people talking about it. Let me see what you have to teach us. Now, I had 2 days time. I was thinking deeply, what can I teach to PhD holders? People who are like better than me, thousands times better than me. And I was invited, actually, telling very honestly, just to pass the time, because they had 1 hour time gaps just to fill in the blanks. Only they called me. They wanted some person to come and, you know, just do some lectures. So then somebody told about me, then I got an invitation in that international forum. Children, you know what I did? There was a case study which happened in USA. Okay, I remember that, you know, that time I remember that I read that stories. Some stories of a group of teachers and children that happened in USA. So what I did, I sat in front of my laptop and I typed that story. Okay, 4 stories actually, 4 stories. Story number 1, story number 2, story number 3, story number 4. Each and every story has a problem. These people have to find the solution. And end of the story, there are a few questions. I made 4 papers. I made actually 4 stories in one paper, photocopied, because 15 people, 15 photocopied, went there. My time came. These principals were, you know, just relaxing and, you know, looking their phone. They were not serious at all. So that I said, I'm not going to teach anything. That was my first statement over the mic. Then the people who were like, you know, digging their phone, stopped doing that, looked at me, what? Not going to do anything? So what then what? What you're going to do? I said, no, I have some papers. Since you are principals, I request everyone to read this and answer. We have 1 hour. I don't think, you know, with your maturity, with your knowledge, we will spend 1 hour on this. Just read the 4 stories. There are around 2 each, 8 questions. Answer the questions. That's it. And give the paper. That's all. I'm not going to do anything. These principals kept their phone aside, took the papers from me, and sorry. So they started, you know, writing the answers. Trust me. These are real stories happened in US schools. And they could not give the proper solution for the problems, for case studies. Because we Asians have a mindset. We Asians have a mindset. The Americans is having another mindset. The Europeans have another mindset. So with all these mindsets, when you are like looking at an issue, looking at a problem, you know, solutions can be varied. So I simply ask my friends, these principals, why don't you answer these questions if you are at that particular teacher's place? Even a single person could not complete the entire questions. And where the next half an hour, I started talking about the solution, people. Propose solutions, because you could agree, you could disagree with my opinions. And that discussion went for 2 hours, where they said that was one of the best discussion that they had. The point I am trying to tell you here, if you know the issues exactly as a teacher, if you have experience as a teacher, if you have experience by giving solutions psychologically to the issues, then you are the teacher that we expect. Maria Montessori said, do everything practically. Everything has a solution. There can be disabled child, slow learners, there could be slow learners. For slow learners also, she said, okay, stimulate them, encourage them, motivate them. You can't, like Frobel said, you can't kill a plant. Okay, so I wish you people have to study Montessori concept a bit deeper, because you will never feel time waste. Please read more about Montessori method. That's a very beautiful method also. Okay, now let's go for the next thing. There is another teaching method called playway method, which is mixing with Froebel, kindergarten and Montessori method, and this is introduced by Caldwell Cook. And he said sports can be used as a medium of teaching. He said sports can be used as a medium of teaching, because sports have a target, sports have extra care, and sports have happiness. Now, let me tell about it. A group of people are playing cricket. Group of students are playing cricket. The cricket is a game where cricket is having a target. One team is batting. The batting team has a target. We want to score 300 runs for this 50 overs, having a target. Therefore, while betting, if you take Sachin Tendulkar, while betting, Sachin never answer phones. Hello, yes, hi. Yes, my dear wife, I am betting. Wait, I'll bet and I'll come and I'll take some takali to you to your home. No, he never answers the phone. Extra care, not single care, extra care. Extra care, extra care on the ball, extra care on the field. I should not get out. I have to score more runs. Very, very extra care. And end of the day, all are happy. What do you get in sports? The happiness. Are you tired? Yeah, tired, but not disappointed. The tired, of course, yeah, you have tiredness in sports, but nobody's like getting rest. Even at this age, if you ask me to play cricket, I will play 50 overs. The whole day, I'm happy to be in the ground. If you ask any of your father or any of your brother, what is the sports you did? No, we did raga, but that is 20 years before. But if there is a match tomorrow, will you do? Yeah, why not? No, you are having work. No, that work is one day. No, I can put a leave to work and go. See, work, you get an income, but in sports, you don't get anything. But what do you get? You get the happiness. Now, this man said, the Caldwell Cook said, okay, if you can put this sports, now, if you take sports have a target. In education also, you have a target. In education also, you must have a target. Sports have some extra care. In education also, children must have some extra care. In sports, they are happy. In education also, children must be happy. If you are a teacher, you would like to give a target to your children. So children will have a target. Children, you expect children must care your subject. So children will have some extra care on your subject. And finally, children are happy about learning that subject. How can you do this? Caldwell Cook said, make the sports as a medium. How can you make the sports as a medium? Are you like, you're going to teach science. So how can you like teach the science in playway method? And he said, look at drama. Would you like to teach a history? Okay, make some dramas. Ask your people to act. There are so many characters. When there are so many characters, the children will not forget. Drama and debate. You ask them, okay, tomorrow we are having debate on this photosynthesis. Whether photosynthesis is good or bad. So two groups, let them, they are going and they are searching all the points. The next day they come and, they debate how, who, and all about one particular topic. That particular topic, you try to teach several times where children have no extra care. But when you say that there is a debate next day, what will happen? Everybody will put their heart and soul to get the points and to win their side. And say social activities. These children are very bored in the classroom. You take all the children out. You take, outside. and you ask them to help some, you take them to elder home and you ask them to help them. So they learn to respect, they learn to love, they learn to, to do how to do the things, and they learn about the life some during through some social activities. So the goal of education is, education must have a target, education must have some extra care, and education must have the happiness. So Cook said you can bring these three through some sportive way of teaching, sportive way of teaching, sportive way. Don't teach don't just pass the information, because children will, like they will sleep in your class. Write this question. Select a topic and convert into playway method. That is the question that I'm giving you. Now, what I'm saying is you have to select a topic. For example, okay, English is the subject. What is the topic? Topic is one day in a market, for example. One day in a market, conversation is the topic. How can you teach this topic, this subject, one day in market, in playway method? For example, no, I'm going to teach health science. Health science, you are going to teach about, about the human biology. So how you are going to teach? So you as a teacher, how will you teach a topic in playway method? You have to do this. Okay, copy this question. Any questions? Because the next topic is, it's a different topic. So I would like to know whether, like, you're all okay with this, with these three topics. No questions? Let me ask some questions, right? So in the topic, Shailaj, you are here. And then she's not there. And okay, I'll pick a student from here, from this. Say, Fatima Amra, you are there? Some questions I'm going to ask.
Yeah, sir. Just now I joined because I was in school. Sir, can you hear me?
Hold on, I guess Faizeen sir got a line connection issue. Mm,
Sorry, like I got some connection fail, but then I didn't. Can everyone hear my voice?
yes, I can hear.
Hope everything is okay.
Yeah.
Akila can hear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it's clear.
Can you share? Can you make me to share the screen, please? Thank you. So now, right now, before I start the next topic, I would like to know whether you have an experience of making song for children. Please speak. Now, this is the talking time. This is the conversation time. I would like to know whether you have an experience that you have made some songs for kids at home, at your tuition, or at your school. For your brother, for your sister, anyone, anything like that. Have any experience? Yeah, so I got one answer saying yes. And how many know there? You have never made any songs in your life for learning purpose. How many knows? At least I know. Yeah, so I got some yes. Right now, see, at least children, sometimes in your O levels and A levels period, sometimes you are writing poems, writing poems about friendship, writing poem about your mother. So do you have that type of experience? Writing poems, not story, yeah? Writing poems, writing songs, or at least singing songs, making songs. Making song is like, some beautiful experience. Now I am giving few minutes. You guys want to make a small song now, just 4-line songs. 4-line songs. I'm not going to ask you to sing, but I just want to see a 4-line songs, and you have to do it now. You can write about anything, any song. You can write about flowers, about your mother, about cricket, about this world, about Akila, about Amazon College. You can make song about anything. The song must have only 4 lines. Can be in any language. You can, write the songs in Tamil, English, Sinhala. Now we have to learn Chinese also, no? Okay, in Chinese, that's also I don't mind. Shall we do this? Can I give 5 minutes for this?
Okay, sir.
I'm in the line. And I prefer if you can put in the chat history, if you can put like, post it in the chat after you make the song. You have to make song 4 lines and put in the chat. So let everyone to see. Time starts 4:12 in my, it's, yeah, 4:12. We'll see like any clever student here. Seriously, yeah, I'm serious. I want to do this to you all. Please do this for me now. I'm waiting in the line. I will be taking first 3 only out of 22. I'm going to take first 3 only. 2 minutes gone. Okay. No, you can type in English. Bismillah. அசையாத விருந்தாளி அலையாத விருந்தாளியாய் வருவதில் உனக்கென்னவோ பேரானந்தம். ஆனால் உன் அழைப்பை ஏற்றவர்களுக்கோ பெரும் அனர்த்தம். கொரோனா. Nice, but it's 2 lines, very long 2 lines. Now lyrics have come. Amina, what do you do? Later, you try some tune for this. Some some tunes. Then you try to make some songs. Same lyrics. But this is nice. அலையா விருந்தாளியாய் வருவதில் உனக்கென்னவோ பேரானந்தம். ஆனால் உன் அழைப்பை ஏற்றவர்களுக்கோ பெரும் அனர்த்தம். So that must be பெரும் அனர்த்தம். There must be space. பெரும் அனர்த்தம். Not பெரும் அனர்த்தம். Yeah, பெரும் அனர்த்தம் also fine. பெரும் அனர்த்தம். Nice try. Appreciate. Can I have one more, please? Just one more. At least somebody tried. Andru ondru poha. So Akila Azar. Nice try, Akila. Andru ondru poha. Vayadu ondru pogum. Anale.
No, so that is Annalin.
Annalil.
Yeah, Annale kurikum innalil unnai வாழ்த்தும் என் அன்பு தோழி. That is actually not my try, my mom's try.
Nice to hear that. Mom also like helping you.
No, I was asking try from them too, so she tried.
She must be like a very good poet than you.
Yeah, they can.
Andru ondru poha. How to say? Can you like tell in your voice?
Yeah, hold on.
Andru ondru poha, is it?
It's like this. ஆன்று ஒன்று போக வயதொன்று போகும் அந்நாளை குறிக்கும் இந்நன்னாளின் உன்னை வாழ்த்தும் அன்பு தோழி. That was my mom's poem for her friend.
But this is very nice, very poetic. Tell her like I given like 75 marks to this. Only thing is you have to try some song on this. So yes, Amina, you have to say anything to me? Okay, yeah. அமர்ந்ததில்லை அமர்ந்ததில்லை உன் கருவறை போன்ற. No, tune mean, say for example, you know, like I made one song sometime back. I made a song. There was a Sinhala song. Now my topic is playway. Yeah? Children, you should not forget the topic. So otherwise, you may think why we are discussing about songs and all. Now, this how you can like construct the teaching methods now in playway method. For example, now there was a song where like there was a class actually. When I was the principal, the teacher came and said, "Sir, I'm trying very hard." She was crying actually, almost crying. So I was trying very hard. That I'm very, very genuine, but these children are not respecting, not listening. And you said, I want to make them to like me and like my subject, but nothing happens. What can I do? I said, you start teaching. Everybody will sing song. And she said, "Sir, like, write a song for us, for the class." Then I wrote a song actually. There was a Sinhala song, children. That comes Vasanta Kale Suranganave. Okay. So I made a sing. I translated that into Tamil, saying Vasanta Kala Katrai Ponda Valvai Tandaye Valamai Vala Undan Anbay Arulai Polindaye. Now wrote no, we made a tune now.
Arsha, can you make?
So what happened was now I wrote the lyrics. Now lyrics done. So, but after lyrics, what happened? Now you want to make a tune. Vasanda Kala Katrai Pondra Valvai Tandaye Valamai Vala Undanantai Aralai Pundai. Now we tried different tune. Then I thought I remember this Sinhala song. Then I made that as a copy. Vasanda Kala Katrai Pondra Valvai Tandaye Valamai Vala Undan Anbai Arulai Polindaye. 2 lines. All the children were so happy. They were hooting by hearting. From that day, they like the teacher. Teacher, song, please. Teacher, song, please. Now, when the teacher comes, they know at least she's trying to say a song. Now, it was a headache to her. Then I told her, you start with some stories. And she was always taking some stories in the class. Children started to looking at the teacher. Now English teacher, where's the teacher? So, in that way, she became very famous. Playway method. சிம்மாசனத்தில் மீண்டும் கிடைக்காது வரம் கேட்பேன் தினந்தோறும் அம்மா. அம்மாண்டு கடைசி போட்டுக்கொள்றது கம்ப்யூட்டர். Okay. Let's go to back to the topic. So thank you so much. This is a wonderful try, everyone. Hope like now you understand how enjoyable that you are making this method, the playway method. Yeah. Yes, Amina. You're welcome. So then now this method is really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. But you must try. You have to spend your heart and soul. No, you have to, like you say, you take a lesson first. And you put that into a drama model, or you put that into a debate model, or you put that into some sort of social activities, storytelling, songs, anything. You will be really enjoying that. Okay. Now, let me teach you the problem solving. Now we become serious. We are like, entering into some serious topic now. Right. This is introduced by John Dewey. The problem solving system is introduced by they call John Dewey. Now, this has a method called reflective thinking. For example, this method is suitable from grade 6 upwards. It is not, this is not okay for any primary classes, but of course, yeah, you can sometimes you can use for grade 4, 5, but mostly this is okay for grade 6 and 7. This method, mostly this is suitable for mathematics. If you are a mathematics teacher, you can use this use this method. Look at the last point. Look at the last point. Every points of your teaching, it can be in as if it is maths. In maths, all the theories that you're going to teach should be well defined, and the children have to understand it. They have to understand. So the proper understanding is the key. Okay. Once the children understand the concept, and then they start to go for data collection. Now, this is, in other words, talking. And the data collection means, students, I'll say like this. In problem solving, before you teach, the topic that you're going to teach is you are taking that as a problem. Okay, this is a problem. So for each and every problem, 1 problem, 2 problem, 3 problem, 4. Today you have to teach 4 headings, means 4 problems. So 4 problem sense, you should have 4 solutions for that. 4 problems. Problem number 1 has a solution number 1. Problem number 2 has a solution number 2. Problem number 3 has a solution number 3. So each and every problem has solutions. So you make this teaching things as a problem, and you teach the solution, or you stimulate, you motivate the children to come out with the solution. So children are finding solution for the problem. End of the day, they find the solution for the problem. So problem solved. So we call this method problem solving method. You can teach any subject, mostly mathematics, for grade 6 upwards in this method. Okay. So here, when you are teaching in the problem solving method, you must have some proper understanding about the problem, about the concept. Then you have to collect the data. I mean, you have to, okay, the teacher has passed some information, so you are collecting that information. And if the sum is very hard, you are going back for previous examples and you try to understand how that worked before. And you try to recall, if this is grade 6, you try to recall what you learned about that in grade 5 and grade 4. So you try to recall that. So somehow you strengthen your understanding. You understand, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the output I want to give. To go to that, I'm going to collect some data. So data collection is happening. Then from the data collection, what are the data collection? The recalling from grade 4, 5, what they have learned, what he has learned, and previous examples, and asking from a senior. There is some reference book, go to internet, Google, and getting some information. So these all data collection. From that, you select the suitable data to solve the problem. You don't use everything. You just select the suitable data and you solve the problem. You give the solution. So the teacher looks at and teacher gives the right answer. Now you understand, if a problem is given, this how I have to deal this. Now you are happy. Now you know how to make it. So therefore, you get a small law inside. You're building a small law inside how to develop a solution for this. That is we call forming a general law. The final thing.
Doctor.
Understand? So the children, if you teach this method, the children will understand. First of all, they understand. If they don't understand, that's very important. If they don't understand not the solution, the problem. If they don't understand the topic, it is your duty as a teacher to understand the topic. Oh, this is what I expect, So they have to understand the question first. Then you have to push them to go for the data collection and to select the suitable data, and then to go for a solution. The next time also he will follow the same rule. The next time also he will follow the same rule. So after many times you are giving this sort of problems, and the child is following the same rule. I mean, the child has developed a general law himself. Clear? Okay. One good thing is, when you push the children to teach in this way, one good thing is, once they go for the solution, The children will children will develop a small skill that is called reflective thinking. Reflective thinking, and whether like he or she is checking whether like the answers are correct, whether the presentable format are correct, whether the report is correct. Analyzing the decision, what she has done, what she has made. And she finds, okay, she finds some right steps, accepting, and she rejects some of the wrong steps. No, these are like, not suitable to me. This is very long method. I shouldn't do that. One good example is, now there are 23 people here. I'm telling one of you all to pass the message that tomorrow we have canceled the class. So I'm picking one student here. I'm telling tomorrow we have no class. Please inform everyone. Problem is what? Passing the message. Okay, passing the message. 1 second. Right. So the problem is passing the information. This is the problem. Problem number one is what? You have to pass the information. So understood. Problem understood. Data collection. Now you are thinking, how can I pass the information? One way is going physically, knock the door, everyone's. Number one. Number two, no, WhatsApp. Number three, SMS message. Number four, calling. Number five, asking someone to go and do that. So many options. Go for a decision. No, I'm going to WhatsApp everyone, going for a decision. So that is the right thing to you, and you ignore other stuff. The next time also, and you do the WhatsApp and you see the results. Results are handful, results are good. Results are good, results are handful, and everyone is happy, you're also happy. So you formed a law now. Okay, this is the way I have to do this. The next time also I'm telling you one job, then you are following the same rule. This is what the problem solving method. See, types, try, error. Sometimes your father is giving you 100,000 rupees. How much? 1 lakh rupees. And he's asking you to do a business. What do? You take the 100,000 rupees, go to Beta Market, buy some phones. Around 4 or 5 phones you're buying. And you start selling. Luckily, many people came and bought all the phones. Now you are having 200,000 in your hand. From this 200,000, you again go to the Beta Market, buy some more phones. Everybody came and bought. Now 400,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million. You become a very rich man. You tried something that worked out, and you continue that. In problem solving also, people, when you push students to go for a solution, they try various things. What is success to them, they follow that. If that is not success, they throw that. For example, I bought 4 or 5 phones, nobody bought, phones are got damaged. Now I cancel 100,000, finish. Will I go for the same business again? No, because the business I got lost. I don't do the same. This is what we are saying, try and error method. We try, we get error. We try, we get error. We try another, we get another error. And we try, we don't get error. That is working. So children start to follow that particular path. Okay, so this we call try and error method. The next type is when you give a problem to students. Some students try and see. So try error. Okay, working. Some children, they plan, and they form laws, they form some policies. Some policies for the generally, I mean, the students and others also can follow that. Some policies only to him, only to that particular person. That is we call pre-planned approaches. So when you give problems to the students, you have to see what is the type, I mean, what is the method that they are focusing and they are using that. You have to see that bit. Okay, so any questions in this? I think I'm having a question also here. Try this question. Prepare a lesson plan on a topic using PS method, problem solving method. Children, that's all for today. I just overloaded. Actually, these topics, it takes months and months to study. I want to like give you plenty of notes. If you take the problem solving, I have to give like, set of notes. But my style is I don't give notes. I'm just giving like this and I explain more. You have to do a lot of research and you have to come out with more questions. And you can, if you have any questions, you can write the questions to Amazon management. You can contact Akila and you can give the questions to her. She will WhatsApp me. So in the next session, I can come out with the explanation. Okay. Okay, I'll give you another few minutes to ask questions and then let's wind up. Because this is like, we have studied Froebel, we have studied Maria Montessori and Caldwell Cook, Playway, and now John Dewey. 4 methods I have taught you. Out of 8, 4 methods I taught you. It's very, very important. When you come next class, you have to read more in Google, go to Google, read more, read a lot, ask questions, and try to give your own solution. And if you cannot, if you have more doubts, you can forward that questions to me. Session is very useful, Limana. Thank you. Right now, anybody who understood this general and individual, inducting and deducting? You want me to tell me one more example for that? Some crazy examples? Say, I want to go to Boralla from Mambalapiti. This is the problem given to me. I mean, this is the work given to me. My friend is telling, you please travel Mambalapiti to Boralla. Now, I have taken this work as a problem. I'm going to do this in a problem solving method. Okay, problem solving method. So in problem solving method, I have taken this as a problem. So I want to give solution. Mambalapiti to Boralla. 2 method I have to go. Method number 1, from Bambalapitiya, I go to Marine Drive and I go to Kolpiti and I see road isn't, I don't know how to go from there. Think that I am a new person to Colombo, I don't know any roads. I go to Marine Drive, I see, and then I went Kolpiti, I don't know where to go. Finish. No, this is not the way. Again, I'm coming to Bambalapitiya junction. Then from there is another road from Vellavath. That already Silomavath. Sorry, W Silomavath. So from that I'm trying and going somewhere. Then again I struck. I can't go. Again I'm coming back. Now I'm going into Gold Road. And again, after Goldface, I don't know how to go. There are so many roads. I went in one road and I went in ended in Maradana, not in Boralla. So now I confused. This is we call try and error method. Try and error method. Okay. This is option number 1. Option number 2, I sit in Bambalapitiya Junction. I take the Google map. I put the Google map. Okay. 7 kilometers, this direction. 7 kilometers, this direction. I'm planned. And I walk on that. I don't have time waste. Very efficient, timely output. This is we call pre-planned approach. Some students are like this. First, they try error. With experience, they plan it. Okay, but the common features are what? Understanding, data collection, suitable data. I have to understand, oh yes, I have to go to Borala from Bambalapitiya. What are the data collection? How to go? I'm having bike, so there is road, there is road, there is road, there is road. I'm collecting the data. And what is the most suitable data? No, this road is a by road. I shouldn't use. So I'm omitting, and suitable data is what? No, I'm going to travel through only the big roads. And then you are trying. Try error, or else you pre-planned and you success. Then once you success, you know, next time when I ask you to go to Bambalapitiya Borala, no, you know the way that you went. Because you have a role now to follow. You have a system to follow. You have to practice the students also like this. Any more questions, people? No questions mean we can wind up.
That was wonderful, sir. Thank you for your lectures.
You're most welcome. I'm happy if you can
Hope to see
understand.
more lectures, sir.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. You'll see. As far as I'm having time, I'll help you. This lockdown period, I have to thank Akila for push me to teach. I'm also so bored at home.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, then you can take so many classes. We
Only
are
this week,
BSc counseling and psychology students, so
I don't think.
we get individual classes from you, sir.
As far as the Gotabaya Rajapaksa Mahatya putting this lockdown, I'm at home. Then after that, I will be flying here and there. Right, but now generally, children, these are some usual slides. What is my advice to you? You use Google, but sometimes the Google also wrong, because if anybody can upload anything, and even Wikipedia you can edit also. So sometimes the informations are wrong also. So the most